Hey everyone, James Lynch here doing a quick reaction video to the news that the lawsuit that was trying to make the UFC White House event not happen on Sunday has been denied. MMA Junkie has the story. It just dropped here not that long ago. You can read the headline here. Judge rules UFC Freedom 250 can continue on the White House South Lawn. We kind of knew this was going to happen. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but like trying to do a lawsuit the week of, it seemed like it was the week of or close to the event. Never going to happen. They didn't have much of an argument here. Let's read what the article has to say a little bit here, and then I'll get to some of the comments on this as well, because people obviously have their opinions on everything when it comes to that. I'll get to that right now. It just says Judge Amit Meha, hope I'm saying that right, in Washington, D.C. federal court has ruled that the UFC White House event can be held on the grounds of the White House on Sunday. A lawsuit filed by the Public Integrity Project, never heard of that before, alleged decisions made by the Department of the Interior and National Park Service permitting the event violated federal law and Park Service's own regulations. Meha refused to issue a preliminary injunction. That was the big thing. If they could do something, sort of short term to prevent it from happening. They refused to issue a preliminary injunction to stop the June 14th fight card, further construction of the structure on the South Lawn, and the pre-fight news conference at the Lincoln Memorial scheduled for Friday night. They noted that critics had called the Claw, the temporary fighting arena assembled on the South Lawn, hideous and grotesque and disgusting. Yeah, that's not really unsafe. That's just a personal opinion. Looked pretty cool to me. But he ruled they hadn't showed how they were directly affected by the government's actions. Even if the here's the key quote here. Even if the plaintiffs had established standing, the court would still deny the emergency relief because plaintiffs had not proven irreparable harm. Silly lawsuit. I mean, that's the best way you can look at it. And look, everyone's got their opinion on the event. There's a lot of political stuff with the Trump administration and all that. I understand that stuff, but like not letting the fight go on, there was no irreparable harm. Like, this is just, unfortunately, it's just what we're dealing with in society right now where, people are, exaggerating things and making things much bigger than they need to be. But the event absolutely should go through. The Claw will be disassembled at the beginning of 10 a.m. on June 15th. So they're going to be working pretty hard throughout the night. They also said critics waited too long to file their lawsuit on June 7th. Okay, so it was June 7th. Yeah, again, the event's on the 14th. You're filing it on June 7th. Like, come on. Meta said the critics hadn't identified environmental damage significant enough to call off the event. The UFC estimates they will spend about $700,000 to restore the grass damaged by the Claw on the South Lawn. The lawsuit stated the event did not qualify under the temporary rule permitting events celebrating America 250 as it's being run by the UFC and not executive departments and agencies or the, I'm not going to read that word, I'm not going to bother with that. It also stated the only special event that can be held at Lincoln Memorial is a celebration of Lincoln's birthday. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, we all kind of figured the event was going to go through. The UFC, Dana White, his relationship with Donald Trump, like I'm sure they've looked at every legal hurdle that could have, been done prior to this event. All measures have been taken. Like, this is such a huge event. There's no way Dana and the UFC was going to make this event not happen. So I'm not surprised to see the lawsuit didn't go through. I thought the whole thing was kind of, clickbaity and just trying to get headlines, but there's no reason why the event shouldn't have happened. And you see on Luke Thomas's political account, he notes it as well. And you're reading some of the comments here. A first-year law student would know that he had no chance. Why do you cover a sport that you hate? Never stood a chance. The issue is standing is wild to me. Doesn't every citizen standing in the matter of government doing something explicitly illegal? I don't think so. Obviously, the judge ruled that. Someone's got a Trump gif. Wow, the stress levels must be through the roof for you this week. The extreme right-wing neo-Nazi facets are right in your backyard. Never had a chance with irreparable harm. That's true. Thank God that's over with. This BS was never going to go through. Yeah, obviously, they got the Mendandi one, too. I'm not going to read that comment. So yeah, again, the MMA fan base and how they feel about this. I'm sure we can get some other comments here. Let's have a quick look. So I want to hear what the people have to say on social media. Let's see what we got here from other comments. Yeah, we got another one here. More comments. Ignorant of how this works. How did they even start the process? You don't have anything approaching case when a judge turns down your attempt to throw rocks into one of Trump's events. It's bred in a circus. I hope no one watches. It should be boycott it. Not proper English there. Who are the plaintiffs? Yeah. So and again, this is where we're blending in like political people in the UFC as well. Let's read CNN's report here. Yeah, this country is so dead now. It's hard to believe how it's fallen. So someone really going to huge levels here talking about a fighting event that's apparently detrimental to society. My opinion is let them do the event. So you're going to get more political takes here. I want to get some MMA takes here. Yeah, let's see. What do we have here? Let's see. Just in. Yeah, you're going to get more political accounts here than actual MMA. You know what? MMA Junkie, let's see if they got something on their account. As we're wrapping things up in the video here, just wanted to see what other people are saying. Here we go. Not enough people talk about this. Well, they were going to anyways. Suck it. The weeping of the Democrats. So a lot of, obviously, right-wing fans pretty happy about this. Let's see. And then we got people saying they oppose the White House card. Bid from 2 Virginia residents. Good try. Lots of sort of poking fun at everything. Trump dancing. The girl getting upset at the election results. GIF. So yeah, I mean, again, like I didn't think this was going to be anything. Here's Mike Babcock, not the hockey coach, the TMZ guy. They denied a temporary restraining order. So this is just sort of coming out right now. So I'm sure we'll get more reaction as well, but not super surprised. Here's, by the way, a look at what things are looking like on the ground. Championship rounds with it. Looks interesting, right? A lot of money had to go into this. I know, speaking from people that are at the event, it's pretty interesting to see what how they've constructed this whole thing. So I'm curious to see how it looks. My only thing I'll say about the event on Sunday, I just hope there's not a lot of filler. You know, there will be, obviously, but like, I know there's less fights, so people will say, hey, you got some time to fill stuff up, but I don't want like an hour in between each fight. Like, that wouldn't be very fun to watch. I just want to see the fights. You can throw in a couple cool stuff, like, you know, something different, but I just don't want it to be an event where, you know, you got, I don't know, just like a ton of filler. That's not going to be fun for people to watch. So just getting some more comments here. He was invited to the UFC White House events, but he declined the offer, saying he didn't want to be associated with Donald Trump. So Aiden Ross not going. There's a lot of people who had not denied. I did a whole video, by the way, on how this has become political. You guys can watch it here on the channel. Don't really want to talk about that in this video. This is mainly just talking about the fact that it's been denied. Yeah, again, we got the comments here. Sure, other outlets will start picking up on this. Let's see if MMA Fighting's got anything on it. Quick look there, and then we'll wrap things up, guys. I just like kind of looking at the there we go. Federal judge denies. We got one. Why so? So not much going on. Again, this is just trickling down right now as far as what we're getting. Refuses to block the White House fight. Let's check this one out from the Hill. The judge had a visit from a few MMA guys. Who cares? The rule of law is a scam. It means nothing. Criminals control and run everything by America. So some people upset about this, obviously. Calling Trump a Nazi, all that stuff. So you're seeing people mixed on this. Again, I think they should do the fights. I don't see a reason why they shouldn't do it. So that's sort of my opinion on everything. Anyways, let me know in the comments, were you like me and you thought this was probably going to go through no matter what? Because again, he's doing his due diligence before they're doing something like this. They're going to make sure that every, federal legal thing is going through. Like we don't really see canceled UFC events. So pretty sure this is going to go through. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram @Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.